Want to know how I submit my paperwork and get paid and stay in contact with my shippers, receivers, and agents? Want to learn more about the American dream over here at Landstar? Well, stay tuned for another great episode of The Trucker's Table, and don't miss the outtakes at the end. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Trucker's Table, where we're going to be giving out some more information to help you out if you're over here at Landstar, wanting to come to Landstar, or just have general questions about everything that we're doing over here and how everything is run. I've gotten some more questions, and I thought I would address some of those and go over them. One of the questions asked was, what do you do when you get to a shipper, receiver, whatever? All right. First of all, we showed you the rate con, right? So it gives you the address, the pickup numbers. It also gives you the delivery address number for the receiver. However, you always want to double check that with what's on the bill of lading to make sure that they match up. So when I get to the shipper, I'll shoot the agent a quick email and say, usually I'll try to wait till after I'm loaded rather than sending two emails. I'll wait till I'm loaded and then I'll shoot them a quick email and I'll put time in, 8 a.m., time out, 9 p.m., whatever it is, and that way they know my in and out times. And if I'm doing a drop and hook, I'll say I dropped trailer number 6 so-and-so, picked up trailer number 6 so-and-so, and so they know exactly, what trailer I dropped, which one I picked up, and everything else, because a lot of times they need to keep track of that information. But they also want to keep track of your in and out times. When I get to the receiver, same thing. I'll try to wait till I'm unloaded and then shoot them an email and say, time in, time out. And if I do a drop and hook at the receiver, same thing. Dropped it, loaded trailer number so-and-so, picked up empty trailer number so-and-so. And, if you need any further information, please let me know. Sometimes they'll want proof of delivery, POD. Sometimes they won't, which is basically just a signed copy of the bill of lading. So that's what I do when I arrive at a shipper or receiver as far as the conversation we're having with the agents. Now, another question was, what do you do with your paperwork so you can get paid? So what I do is I send in a copy of the bill of lading along with any lump of receipts I might have, which is very rare, to corporate. And what we use is an app called TransFlow. Now, TransFlow, you can do it from your phone. It's easy peasy. And here's what the app looks like on your phone, the little icon app. And once you touch on that and open it up, you'll see where it says Landstar Carrier Group, TransFlow Driver Assist, Scan Documents, TransFlow On Demand, find TransFlow Express, Profile Settings, and so on. So what I do is you just click on Scan Documents, and then it pulls up a screen where it's at the bottom, it'll say add existing photo or take photo. Normally, I always have the photos saved in my album. So I'll just go to where it says add existing photo. So you click on that, add existing photo, and then you'll just pull up a photo of a bill of lading. And then you look at it and make sure it's cropped correctly. You click next and it'll show you the PDF of what that looks like. And then you just click accept. And then it'll give you a list of things that you can distinguish this document as: bill of lading, fuel envelope, fuel receipt, driver log, lumber receipt, miscellaneous, proof of delivery, permits and escorts, toll bridges, cover sheet, and so on. It's always the very first one at the very top, bill of lading, boom. All right. And then you can add more. If there's more than one page, you can repeat the process over again and add another page, 2 pages, 3 pages, however many it is. Once you're done with that, you click next, and then it'll bring up the next page where it says documents for LCSI, Landstar Contractor Services, right? So then you go down where it says trip number, you type in your trip number. You type in your tractor number. You type in your trailer number. Once you type all that in, you click next, and then you'll click send. Send it off. Now, it'll give you a blue screen. And the blue screen will look like, let's see what the blue screen looks like. I'll show you. Once you've sent the document, this is what you'll see. You'll see a confirmation number with a check mark and a circle around it. Now, I've had trouble when I first started back with them saying they didn't get my bill of ladings or whatever. So as a precaution and as a quick pick way to get to that confirmation number like that, I started taking screenshots of my confirmation number, that whole page where I sent it. I screenshot the whole thing. That way it shows the time that I sent it, and it shows the confirmation, it shows everything. But you're going to get them confused because you'll have so many of those, you won't know which one's which. So with my phone, the iPhone that I have, I go and hit edit, and then I hit markup, and then I pull up where I can text, add text to the picture, and I'll go in and add text to the picture. It takes a second, minute maybe, and I'll just type in the city it originated in, and the city I delivered in. Real quick, save, boom. That way, whenever I go to a picture, I pull it up, boom, Richmond to Macon, just like that. You know, Norton to Chester, just boom, there they are. And it's got the confirmation number and everything. I can give it to Landstar, no problem. That way they can pull it up and they see where your issue is. Now, Landstar drivers that are watching this video, you have a different philosophy, a different system that you use, and that's great. It works for you, that's great. This is a system that works for me. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying it works for me, and it's easy for me to access and pull up that information quick. And that's what I like, being able to get to what I need to get to and get to it quick. So anyway, I got my cutoff date to get my paperwork submitted is Friday at noon. Whatever I get submitted by Friday at noon, I get paid for the following Tuesday. So that's how it goes with that. Everybody's cutoff date's going to be different. Some people will have the same cutoff date, but basically the way they figure out your cutoff date is when you go to orientation. It's going to be based off what days you go to orientation, what days you finish up orientation. That's going to decide your cutoff date. So, all right, so let's see, what were some of the other questions? Oh, I think that was it. I won't say that was it. What do you do at shipper, how you get paid, submitting documents, paperwork, stuff like that. Now, I'm just going to throw out some more information, just general information. And this is from me. Let's see here. I'm going to try to screen record this so we'll have it, and you'll be able to see it. All right, so what we're looking at now is a settlement sheet from Landstar. And it has all your information on it, your loads you pulled, the deductions, everything, all the money you made. Now, I had 2 good weeks back to back. One was considerably better than the other, but still 2 good weeks. So let's look at those weeks. And like I said, I always max out the fuel advance money, right? So let's look at this and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, let's see. All right, so let's look at this right here. You see one column, it says 1099 revenue, refunds, deduction and charges, and then it has a net. Now, the reason the net amount is so much less than the 1099 revenue is because if you'll look at each one of my loads, I took the max amount I could take on the fuel advance. Remember I told you before about advancing the money onto your card so you have it and you don't have to wait? Well, there you go. There's a good example of it. So what we'll do is, we know I advanced the money, but let's look at the overall gross revenue that I made for the week. All right. So I did 1 load, 2 loads, 3 loads, 4, 5 loads. Georgia, Tennessee, Kansas, Illinois, Oklahoma. 5 loads. and then you see the total revenue, and you'll see the big number, which is the line haul, and 65%, and then how much you make. Right below that is the fuel surcharge, accessorials, and then you see you get 100% of those, right? So you get 100% of those, and you get 65% of the line haul. So my combined revenue for last week was $8,134.34. That's a pretty good week, in my opinion. It's good for me. It's all I need to make anyway. I don't need to make $1 million every week. All right, so let's go and look at the following, the week prior to that week. All right, let's see what we got here. There it is. All right, well, look, same thing. I took the max fuel surcharge every week. So let's concentrate and look at the gross revenue. The line haul, the accessorials. Now you see one that says 65% of 150. That was probably layover pay, and so Landstar gets 35% of that as well. But the rest of it, the 100% ones are definitely fuel surcharge. And then you see my total gross revenue for that week, $57.15. So we had $81.34, $57.15. Yeah, I know, a smidge over $14,000, right? So $14,000 in 2 weeks. That's after Landstar's cut. That's after Landstar's already taken out their 35%. It's not bad. In my opinion, that's not bad. Are you going to make $14,000 every 2 weeks? I don't know. I can't say yes, I can't say no. It just depends on how hard you run, when you got to go home, and everything else. So based off of that, $14,000, 2 weeks, that should be $28,000 a month. That's insane. Who needs $28,000 a month? Woo! But is it possible? I don't know. I think it is. If you are single, you don't have to go home, and you want to run like a scalded dog, it's possible. But rates are starting to go down just a tick, not a lot. They're not making drastic drops or anything like that yet. They are starting to plateau and go down just a smidge. So we may see some drop off. So I'm not telling you, come over here to Landstar, you're going to make $28,000 every month. I'm not telling you that. All I'm telling you is the last 2 weeks combined, I made $14,000. You know, and I ran pretty hard. I did 2 34-hour resets during those 2 weeks as well, because I was out of hours. I ran that hard. I was doing an 8-3, 8-2 split, 7-3 split, whatever split I had to do to try to get there on time to make all these deliveries, because I was just running like crazy. So, I'm not going to go through all the details of breaking it down by dollar amount per mile and all this kind of stuff like that. Just because it would take a little bit of time, because I'd have to go through and get each rate con and go back and look at the miles, because they don't put the mileage on your settlement sheet. So you don't know how many miles it is based off the settlement sheet. And I'm not going to go through and do all that. I've done that before. Just take my word for it. $14,000. You can only drive 70 hours max a week. Are you really going to drive so many miles that you wouldn't make money, still make good money? I'll say this now, that was before I took out money for my fuel. So once I took out money for my fuel, which for those 2 weeks combined was about $2,000 worth of fuel. So it left me about 12 grand, and then you got to take out taxes on that. So that's 30% for taxes. You're looking at another 4,000 cut off of that 12,000. So that leaves you $8,000. So $8,000 in 2 weeks, so who can't really get by on $10,000 a month, which is a $2,500 a week average after taxes, after fuel. and your deductions. Who can't live on $2,500 a week? You must have crazy bills if you can't get by on $2,500 a week. Like I said, I don't know your truck payment, so I can't say. But I know for me, that is awesome. If I put 10 grand in the bank every month, I'm happy, you know. But that's me. You know, my bills are different than other people's bills. So you have to look at your bills, decide if that would work for you. But like I said, $4,000 a week is what this would be averaged out at. What I made, that's after taxes, after fuel, after deductions. Landstar gets his cut. $4,000 a week, $16,000 a month. Still pretty dadgum good money. So, I'm getting around to this point. I love this company. I love Landstar. I make really good money here. I'm home a pretty good bit when I want to be home. I stayed out and ran a lot last month through the latter part of January. I stayed about 3 weeks in January, first 3 or 4 days of February. So I ran a pretty good bit, you know. That's more than I normally run, but I wanted to try to make up some money, make up some of the money I had spent for the clutch on the truck, and get myself into a position for some work that I'm fixing to get done on my truck here in the very near future. So that's why I stayed out and run. Plus, I have a goal. I have a goal, people. My goal, and this is going to seem trivial to some of you big timers out there, you big time owner operators, you big time BCOs, you people have your own authority. This is going to seem like small potatoes to you. I understand that. But my goal for me personally is to break $200,000 this year. I think I can do it. I like $10 making $190,000 this past year, and that was taking close to 3 months off. So I figure I'll work an extra month. Boom, I got it. So maybe only take 2 months off this year instead of 3. But a lot of it just depends on the truck, how much the truck's broke down and how much it runs. If I can keep the truck running and everything's good, I don't think I'll have a problem breaking 200,000. And like I said, that's my personal goal. Your personal goal may be 300, 400,000. I don't know. I'm not speaking for every individual out there, and I'm just saying for me, this is what would be great for me if I could do that. I think I would feel like I accomplished something this year. Because the previous year, I think it was like 187, and then this year was 180, or last year was 189,990, I think, something like that. So I missed about like $10 getting 190. But I feel like this year I can definitely break 200 if I can keep the truck on the road rolling and not in the shop. So we're going to be doing a lot of preventative maintenance and fix some things before they break. Try to plan them with our vacation time, and so we're not in the shop as much, I hope. But I just say that to say, hey, dreams can come true over here at Landstar. You know, I have a dream of getting a bigger, better truck. You know, I want a bigger, better truck. That's my dream. So I'm going to bust my butt this year. I'm going to pay this truck off this year. And then I'm going to see where I'm at. I'm going to make a decision on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to get a bigger truck, if I'm going to get a newer truck, if I'm going to get an older truck. I don't know. I really don't. I don't have an idea. I mean, I have an idea which way I want to go, but a lot of it's just going to depend on what the economy does and everything else this year. But there's people over here at Landstar who came over with a mediocre truck, you know, average truck. That would be a better word, average, not mediocre. Average truck. You have Jason and Heather, the crafty trucker. They came over with a 96-inch little M2 Freightliner, single axle, nothing spectacular. And they broke the bank, man. I mean, they just tore it up, making money left and right. They were doing great. They sold that truck. They got into the crafty condo. Nice, big, sleeper, brand new 2019 Cascadia, double axle, rear end, lift gate, 2 boxes so they can haul 2 loads at once. I mean, they crushed it. They did a great job getting a good truck. And they're living the life over here at Landstar, man. They work when they want to work. They have an awesome YouTube channel. Go follow them, by the way, the Crafty Truckers. And and tell them Robbie sent you from Landstar, the Trucker Stable. And but they're doing great over here, man. I mean, they're killing it. They're not the only ones. Good friend of mine. I met him when I decided to come back to Landstar. I saw him on YouTube being a BCO at Landstar. I immediately reached out to him and talked to him. You know, told him I'm coming back to Landstar, and we got to talking. We've become good friends. We talk, you know, every now and then. We follow each other on YouTube. Nathan Galloway Sr. Gangster G-Way. Dude just went out and bought a W900. Beautiful truck. I love that truck. I'd love to have one just like it. I think it's an awesome truck. Plus, he has this truck he bought that he had when he came over, which was an average truck, nothing spectacular, no big bells and whistles, simple little ProStar International. And he brought that over here. He started out with dry van. He switched to step deck, and he's been killing it. He's been making great money running, and he runs out to the West Coast and different places like that and back, and he's doing great. And he's just putting on another driver to run his ProStar, and then he has the big green machine he's going to be driving, that beautiful W9. I can't wait to see how he decks it out. And he's living a dream, and he'll tell you, he'll be one of the first to tell you, Landstar, baby, they made it happen. He doesn't have to worry about nothing. All he has to do is make sure those trucks are kept up, make sure, you know, he does what he's supposed to do when he's hauling his loads, like step deck and stuff, oversized stuff like that, because he's working up to a goal to get to heavy haul, which is where some of the big money is, you know. And he knows what he has to do, and he knows by partnering with Landstar like this, he's able to achieve a lot of this. And there's some headaches with being here at Landstar, don't get me wrong, because they have so many federal regulations that they have to go by, and they even take that up to another level that the federal government doesn't require, but they require just to stay ahead of the game and make sure they're good, you know. That's why they require us to get a DOT inspection on our truck every 120 days, even though the government only requires every year, 365 days. So that's just one of the things that they do to keep the performance over here at a higher level than what just the basic, what's required. But you can come over here, you know, and just have a good average truck and just start stacking up the cash, making money, and next thing you know, you got 2 trucks if you want 2 trucks. You got a brand new truck if you want a brand new truck. A friend of mine, Jim, he was working for Avery, you know, and he got tired of it. He told me, he said, man, I'm sick of it. I'm low man on a totem pole. I don't get to pick the days off I want to get. He said, I'm tired of it. I want to be my own boss. I said, come on, brother. You can make it over here. I promise you can make it. He went out and bought a brand new 2020 Volvo. Beautiful truck. He had a few hiccups. He did. He had a few hiccups. Stuff that he didn't expect. Stuff I certainly didn't expect. But he had the factory warranty. It was a brand new truck. They fixed it. They made it right. And now he's killing it. He's making good money. You know, he's running where he wants to run. He's home when he wants to be home. And he loves it. He loves it. He has frustrations with some of the agents. I have frustrations with some of the agents. Everybody does. But you have to pick and choose which agents you want to work with so that you don't have all that headache. Like tonight, right? I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be over in Compton, Alabama, picking up a load going to Conway, Arkansas. But I've gotten burned before by going over there and not checking first to make sure the load was ready. So I called before I left. I said, hey, man, is that load ready? He looked it up. He goes, hey, man, they loaded that on another carrier's trailer, and it's already left going to Conway. I said, what? So I immediately got in contact with the agent, you know, Alex. I talk to him all the time. Good guy. I said, hey, man, what's going on? He goes, I told him you were coming to pick it up. So he went back and looked it up. So they're trying to figure out now what we're going to do. Chances are I'm not going to be taking a load for them. I'm going to probably end up having to grab another load tomorrow. But, hey, you have to be able to roll with the punches. So now I have to call another agent that called me, want me to take a load out of Missouri back to Virginia for them. I went ahead and took it, right? Because it's a good paying load coming back to the East Coast. So now I have to call and cancel that load if I can't find a load that gets me out there, which I hate doing it, but it's part of business. You can't be afraid to call and cancel a load if it's something that's out of your control. That load not being there for me to pick up, so I can't go out to Arkansas. And I'm not going to deadhead from here to Arkansas to pick up a average paying load. No way. I mean, that load had to be paying like $6, $7, $8 a mile for me to deadhead all the way up to freaking Arkansas. But here's the thing. You have to be able to do that and not worry about it. It's just something that happens. I mean, try your best not to cancel. Do everything you can do not to. But when you have to do it, you have to do it. But just try to give them as much notice as you can. So I'm going to be calling first thing in the morning, early in the morning, and get a hold of the agent and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to take that load. Because by then I'll know for sure that my load got canceled. Because I can still go over and pick that load up, still make it to Arkansas by Monday afternoon. It's 24/7 delivery. Make the delivery, run up, pick up my other load, and still be back in Virginia by Wednesday. But chances are I won't be doing that. So I'm not sure where we're going to be going. But I'm trying not to ramble, but I want to give you some good information. And these are numbers. You saw the numbers. You saw how much I made in 2 weeks. To me, that's good money. That's just me. Like I said, you may be a big roller. You may have your own authority. You may be a BCO here at Landstar, and you're laughing at my numbers because you make that much more than me. That's awesome. That's Landstar. That's great. Maybe you're doing it at Snyder or Swift or some Mercer or some of these other great companies. I don't know. Prime, I heard does really good over there. But I'm just saying, I love this company. I have a lot of freedom, and I made a lot of great friends, and it works for me. And that's the main thing. You have to find a company that works great for you. You have a good rhythm with them, and you're able to make money, and you're able to have the home time you want. You're able to, to run where you want to run and not be forced into places like New York and Los Angeles and all these places you might not want to go. So if this is something you want to do, you want to come over to somewhere like Landstar, I'll put in the description below the link to get started with your application online with Landstar. I'll help you any way I can. I'll help walk you through the whole process, what you have to do. But there's great people over here. Actually, they contract that out. The processing part is contracted out to a third-party servicing agency, and they go through and they verify all your information, make sure that you're qualified, and then once you're qualified and you're good, they get all your truck information, and then once they get your truck information, they turn everything over to Landstar. Landstar sets up an orientation date for you, then you go to orientation. The whole process, normally, if there's no big hiccups, shouldn't take more than about 30 days, but it does take a little bit of a while. So don't quit your job. Go ahead and apply and see how it goes. You'll still have plenty of time to turn in a 2-week notice before you have to leave. But just go ahead and, if you want to get the process started, do it. And I'll help you. Like I said, I'll give you advice. I'll talk to you. I'll tell you what I've done. I'll tell you what other guys have done. You want to know which orientation center would be a great one you want to go to, I can tell you that. St. Augustine is a great one. Fort Worth isn't too bad. I don't know about the new one up there in Carnesville. I never been to it before, so I don't know if they got their act together up there now or not. But anyway, I just want to put this information out there, and I hope it helps. If there's something I didn't go over that you want to see, let me know what it is. Like I said, if you go back and look at some of my videos, I've done searching for loads. I've done calling agents. Now we've done what you do when you pick up, what you do when you deliver, how to submit your paperwork. I've gone over how to load fuel surcharge money onto your card and everything. So if there's anything else you'd like for me to show you, I'll be glad to do it and explain it to you and how it works. So anyway, I hope this video helps, and I hope I get to see you over here at Landstar. Hope I get to give you a Triple T t-shirt, hat, everything, because we're just one big family. The trucking industry in general, we're one big family. It ain't just Landstar. Snyder, Prime, Swift, even Swift. All you guys out there, we're all one big family of truckers out here on the road, and we have to look out for each other. We should be looking out for each other more than we should be trying to dog each other. Don't you agree? Yeah. So anyway, if you're a company driver, if you're an owner-operator, whatever you're doing, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you want to find out about, what you want to know. And I'll be happy to help you any way I can, answer any questions I can, and see if we can't get you over here at Landstar if that's where you want to be. And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope the information was very helpful. The weekend's almost over. It's dark outside. And we're going to be rolling tomorrow, I promise, most likely. So y'all be safe. Let's get this Monday kick-started. And even though it is Monday, we're not going to stop, right? We're just going to keep punching. So, how about a quick tutorial on what we do to make our hats and shirts? All right, my wonderful wife, she uses this right here. It's her Cricut. She uses it to print out all my designs and stuff that goes on my shirts. And this is her office because she works from home. And then once we print out all the designs on the Cricut, we bring them over here. And we have a press. So if you can see it, boom, pressing, boom. And we press all the shirts. And we have this. This is a hat press. You put your hat in there, you can press the hat. So that's a quick rundown on how we make the shirts and hats ourselves. We don't use Teespring. We don't use any of those other companies. We make them with our own hands to give to you. So I hope you like it. Hope you like the quick tutorial. Be sure to leave a comment below and say, thank you, Teresa. You do an awesome job, because she really does. I couldn't make it without her. So y'all have a great day. Talk to you later.